Maybe the murderer had left something more incriminating than the scooter. It was a pizza delivery scooter. The air vent had a tiny catch on the side. The paperclip was perfect for the job. There was definitely something in there. Now, what are you... Gotcha. Well, would you believe it? It was a gun, and very likely the one that had been used to shoot Henri.
Aha! So, what have we here? L'Américain, Monsieur Stobart. You will rue the day you crossed my path, because now you are caught in my net like a little red herring.
Inspector, I'm investigating the robbery.
No, monsieur. You are breaking and entering an innocent storeroom.
I found the murder weapon.
Found? No. Planted? Yes. Moo, arrest this man and take him to the station. I shall squeeze you, Monsieur Stobart, until your pips squeak.
Thanks, Ronnie. I just wish I'd got some better shots of the killer.
Are you kidding? That stuff from the hip, very dramatic. You did good, Nico.
So, what's next?
Get me an interview with the owner, and you've got Sunday's front page.
I'm on it already.
Keep me up to speed. Let me know before you write anything up, okay?
Of course. Oh, gotta go. Someone at the door. Monsieur?
Are you Nicole Collard?
Yes, can I help you?
I need to sit down.
You'd better come in. Would you like a glass of wine?
Yes, those stairs are a nightmare. That's better.
So, what can I do for you, monsieur?
My name is Tiago Marquez. I saw your report on the robbery. I found your address. I came straight away. I needed to see you.
And why is that?
The stolen painting, La Malédiction. It belongs to me.
Ronnie had wanted me to interview the owner, and now here he was. Or rather, he was somebody who claimed to be the owner. So the stolen painting is yours. Tell me more.
La Malédiction belonged to my family in Catalonia in the 30s, before the Civil War.
So what was it doing here in Paris?
The fascists stole it in 1938. They killed my father, but not me. I escaped. I have been looking for it ever since. You have to help me find it.
Did you lose all your family in the Civil War?
When they came for us in 38, I fled with my mother. But my father was not so lucky.
I'm sorry.
I would have stayed and fought for freedom. but I was just a boy.
Tell me about yourself.
I am Tiago Marquez, the rightful owner of La Malediction. What else is there to tell?
You traveled all the way from Catalonia?
No, since the war, I've lived in France, in the southwest. And now I want the painting back.
You've got my attention, but if I'm to help you, I need more to go on.
I have something. This old photograph. It is of me and my family. See the painting above the fireplace?
Yes, it's La Malediction. The photograph suddenly appeared to link the old man to the painting.
You took the photographs at that robbery, huh?
I did, yes.
I need to see them.
Why?
Please, I must see them.
All right. Here they are. This is the best shot I took. They used it in the paper.
Yes, it is how I recognize La Malediction, my painting.
It does look like the one in your photograph.
So close, but now it is lost again.
This one was rejected. George got in the way. Typical.
Who is this George?
Just a friend. He insured the painting.
So, he will know who is this liar who claims to own my painting.
I don't think he does. He would have told me. Here's the thief making off with the painting.
What is that tattoo on his arm?
Looks like a skull and crossbones. Headhunters, hmm?
You will find him, and then you will find my painting.
I can try, monsieur.
You must, mademoiselle.
This shot didn't come out too well.
It's perfect.
Perfect?
Finally, La Malediction, in all its splendor. The lines, the color, the detail. It's been so long since I've seen it.
Then take it. That shot is no good to me.
Really? Thank you, mademoiselle.
Marquez's story was very interesting, but I needed to corroborate it. I wondered if the gallery kept ownership records. And while I didn't wholly trust him, this was the one lead that I didn't want to lose. Where are you staying?
What? Nowhere. Here, perhaps.
I didn't want him to stay in my apartment. There was another solution. My neighbor is out of town for a few days. You could stay there.
Yes, that would be good. Thank you.
Great, let's go. Adam said that he would leave the spare key under the mat. My neighbor had left a key for me under the doormat. Which reminded me I hadn't watered his plants for a week. The key wasn't there. The door was locked, but my neighbor always left a key under the mat. I had no reason to open the fire exit. There was no fire. I hope you don't mind waiting. I'm sure the key is around here somewhere.
This is why I hate cities. No trust anymore.
The gap was wide, but not wide enough for my fingers. Marquez needed somewhere to stay. I wasn't going to let him stay at my place. Using the sticky chewing gum, I was able to fish out the key.
This will do.
Glad it's up to standard. I have to go out, monsieur. Ronnie had promised me the front page if I got an interview with the painting's owner. And here was a crazy Spaniard claiming to be just that. I needed to find out who had put the painting up for sale. Maybe there was more to find at the gallery. Len was sitting outside the cafe. He looked dazed. Hello, Monsieur Len.
Ah, the delectable Nicole Collard, super sleuth. How may I be of service?
I was hoping I'd find you here.
Always available for a lovely lady such as yourself.
Henri's death. It must be so very hard for you.
Yes, I shall miss him deeply. We had such a very special relationship. The loss is so hard to endure, even for a man of such inner strength as myself.
What do you know about the owner of La Malediccio?
That was Henri's business. He found the painting and did the deal with the owner.
Would anybody else know anything about the owner?
Not likely. He kept especially quiet about that one. But he always kept a manifest for every exhibition.
You mentioned a manifest. How would one get a look at that?
One might start in the office. That's where Henri kept most of his paperwork.
I'm writing a follow-up piece on the gallery theft.
Ah, so you need an inside view. Authoritative.
Something like that.
The police have finished in the gallery. We could chat in the office. It's much more comfortable. More intimate. I might even be able to rustle up a little bottle of champagne.
That sounds great.
We can discuss my ordeal over a glass of champagne.
A cozy chat with Lane was the last thing I wanted. But it was my best hope if I wanted to get a look around the office. So, what are we waiting for?
After you, my dear.
The place was heaving with junk. Finding what I wanted wouldn't be easy. As Lane sat down, something stuck out from beneath the cushion. It looked like a folder. Whatever it was, the police had missed it. I needed to get it.
Come, join me on the couch. I'm ready for you. You will be gentle with me, won't you?
Oh, I'm never gentle, Monsieur Lane.
Oh. Do call me Hector.
Lane hadn't noticed the folder. With that amount of padding, who would? The only way to get hold of it was to distract him. Monsieur Lane?
Hector, please.
Oh, Hector. Perhaps I will join you in that glass of champagne.
But of course, champagne, nature's balm in troubled times.
Don't you think it's a bit awkward in here, with so much of ennui looming over us?
Just ignore it, my dear.
So you really don't know who owns this up?
I'm sorry, my dear, I really don't.
Is there anything you can tell me about the painting?
It was an absolute treat to come across it. A true undiscovered gem.
There's no denying it is a fantastic painting. What can you tell me about the religious significance?
Of course, there is a deep religious symbolism locked within the painting, too. Central to this must be the pantheon of saints.
To new friends!
To love! Oh, mon Dieu, that is so cold!
Oops, silly me. I am so sorry.
I'll have to dry this off. Don't you worry, my dear.
In the folder was a list of all the paintings in the exhibition. La Malediccio had to be there. It was. And next to it was the owner's name, Mr. Medovsky. The police had obviously not spotted the folder. I put it back. I had what I needed for my story. Monsieur Lane, thanks for everything. But I think I hear my editor calling.
Ma chérie, no need to leave so soon. It's only a little spillage.
And I found out who claims to own La Malediccio. Some guy named Medovsky. Sounds Russian, right?
Medovsky, my God.
Who is he?
He's new on the oligarch block. Fresh into London from Russia, with ambition and a bloody reputation. Collard, this is way over your head. I'm gonna put a more experienced crime journalist on the story. I can't afford for you to get hurt.
Relax, Ronnie. This is my story. Leave it with me. Let's discuss it over lunch tomorrow.
Okay. But don't do anything more. See you tomorrow.
Ronnie didn't trust me on this story, but I wasn't going to let him give it to someone else. I was going to have to move fast. Come in. Hi, Georges. Great to see you.
Hope you don't mind me just dropping in.
No, not at all. How are you getting on?
Pretty good. I found the gun that was used in the robbery.
I'm impressed.
Yeah? Well, Nave wasn't. He accused me of trying to plant it, and then of being involved in Henri's death. Then he threw me into a cell. He couldn't make a stick, of course, so he had to let me go this morning. But he's convinced I'm involved. So if I put a foot wrong, he'll nail me next time. But, hey, on the bright side, have I got a story for you. Annette, the manager at Vera Security, lied about the owner of the company. When I pieced together that shredded letter, I got a name. Medovsky.
Medovsky! That's the same guy who claims to own La Malediccio.
What? He owns the painting and Vera Security? He has to be the one behind this whole scam.
You're telling me? We have to be sure.
What the?
I cannot sleep on that bed. It is too soft.
Georges, this is Senor Marquez.
Nice to meet you.
So you are this George, huh?
Senor Marquez is staying in the apartment across the hall. Apparently, he's the real owner of La Malediccio.
What? I thought you said Medovsky was the owner.
Senor Marquez claims the painting was stolen from his family during the Spanish Civil War.
Really? Do you have any proof?
Senor Marquez, could you show him the photograph?
Who's this?
My father. When they came for us in 38, I fled with my mother. But my father was not so lucky.
Who's this?
My mother, a good woman, a saint.
How can we prove this is you as a child?
The dates would tie up, Georges.
You're certain this is you?
Senor, I do not lie.
That's definitely La Malediccio hanging on the wall?
It belonged to my family, so it belongs to me.
If the painting really was stolen during the 1930s, then this Medovsky guy has no legitimate claim to it. But how can I be sure that you're the boy in that picture?
I can prove it. Look at my father in the photograph. You see the medallion he's wearing? He gave it to me just before he died. This medallion has been in our family for hundreds of years.
It's definitely the same medallion. A snake eating its own tail. That's also on the painting.
It is the Ouroboros.
The what?
The Ouroboros. It is a sign of my people, my family, my faith. The Gnostics. My father was a Gnostic leader. La Malediccio is sacred to the Gnostics. Hence they both display the Ouroboros.
A priest I met said the painting was the devil's work. A thing of evil.
Ha! He would say that. Do not believe all you hear from the church. Whatever you think, the painting is mine.
If Marquez was the true owner of Malediccio, then Medovsky had no legal claim to it. Might be tough to prove, but if I could, we wouldn't have to pay out on the insurance. So, if the painting belongs to you, how did Medovsky get it?
The fascists stole it. It went to Madrid, then Berlin, then, after the war, to Moscow. After that, it was lost, until now.
We need to talk to this Medovsky, but how do we find him? Hey, Nico?
Yes, George?
What do we know about this Medovsky character?
Ronnie said he was dangerous and very rich. He claims to be the owner of La Malediccio.
And appears to be the boss of Vera's security who are supposed to protect it. Now that kind of figures. The best way to steal something is to get hired to look after it. But why steal a painting you already own?
We need to talk to this guy.
To do that, we need to find him. So let's go over what we know about the thief.
Okay, well, he had a distinctive tattoo on one arm.
And his helmet had Waterloo Motors across it.
Not a lot to go on.
You said the thief had a tattoo.
On his arm, it was a skull and crossbones with headhunters written around it.
Why would somebody steal their own painting?
Insurance scam? But then why kill Henri?
I get the impression that Henri was somehow involved. We need to track down Waterloo Motors.
Have you tried the internet?
I've been kind of busy.
Okay, let's have a look. Waterloo Station, Battle of Waterloo, Waterloo Kebabs, Waterloo Sunset. Ah, here we go. Waterloo Motors. It's a garage in London. I'll send the number to your phone.
Nico?
Yes?
I found the gun that Henri was shot with at Vera Security.
If Medovsky owns Vera Security, it means that he must know the killer.
Well, it can't be Annette, but she has to be involved in some way. The theft just doesn't add up.
We'll get to the bottom of it, George.
So, Waterloo Motors is a garage in London. That's a surprise.
Yes, I sent you their phone number.
Waterloo Motors.
Hi,
How can I help you?
my name is George Stobart. I'm investigating a murder that was committed here in Paris.
What's that got to do with us?
The killer had a tattoo on his arm. It said, Headhunters. He was also wearing a helmet with Waterloo Motors written on it.
Oh, I know that guy. Yeah, he bought one of our helmets just the other day.
Terrific. Do you know his name?
Nah. He brings his boss's Merc here to have it serviced. Word to the wise, though. I hear he don't mess about. The car's registered on Dutchy Street, if there's any help. I mean, that's all I know, mate, sorry.
No, that's more than enough. You've been a great help. Thanks for your time.
See ya.
Bingo.
Good work. That has to be the guy. And now we've got his address.
How about a trip to London?
I thought you'd never ask. Senor Marquez, will you be okay here?
The bed is uncomfortable. But it will do. Come back quickly with the painting, eh?
London cabbies. Gotta love them.
This is the place. Here on the right. To afford a place like this in London, you've got to be good at something. So, we clear on how we're going to do this?
Yeah, we're two insurance investigators, see? We finagle our way inside, butter Medovsky up, and then get the dirt on him, right?
Finagle?
Yeah, finagle. You remember how to finagle, don't you, Nico?
George, how could I ever forget?
Good, because I suspect we're gonna need Major League Fanoodling to get in this one.
You got it. No answer. I had tried the intercom once already. There was no answer. Excuse me? Hello?
On your bike, darling. This is a private residence.
We're here to see Mr. Madovsky.
So?
We have important business with Mr. Madovsky.
And who the hell might you be?
I'm Nico Kalar, and this is my colleague, Georges Stobart.
Well, isn't that cozy? Can you count, darling?
Yes, of course.
Well then, 1, I don't know you or Laughing Boy here from Adam. 2, you ain't got no business round here. And 3, I don't like French birds. Comprenez?
Hey, Georges.
What's up?
Seriously, how are we going to do this? According to Ronnie, Madovsky's the real deal.
Coming from Ronnie, that's quite a compliment.
If Madovsky's the killer,
We need to be careful, which suggests...
I use my Gallic charm?
Exactly.
Hi, guess who?
What do you want?
Do you work for Mr. Madovsky?
No, I'm standing here pruning his edges for a laugh. Course I bloomin' work for him. Maybe you didn't hear me the first time. Get lost!
Hi, guess who?
What do you want?
I don't suppose you know Mr. Madovsky's driver, do you?
Look, will you stop asking all these blooming questions? Can't you see I'm busy?
Hi, guess who?
What do you want?
Showing him my press card would have blown my cover. We really need to see Mr. Madovsky about a most important matter.
Oh, why are you still here?
I had tried the intercom once already. There was no answer. Hey, Georges.
What's up?
Never mind. Come on. It was the intercom system for Madovsky's house. Ronnie wouldn't have been too pleased to hear that I was chasing after Madovsky. Hi, Guess who?
What do you want?
It was topiary in progress. Hi, guess who?
What do you want?
Nice bush.
Bush? This is so much more than just a bush.
Oh, I am sorry.
It's art, love. Or to be precise, topiary. And as everybody knows,
Topiary is a transitioned form.
that's right. A statement of man's dominance over nature. A metaphor for the human condition.
And yet,
It's not enough, is it?
not for the big questions.
Life, death.
Right and wrong.
Tell me about it.
You struggle, monsieur?
Day and night.
That is the human condition.
Can we ever escape it?
It is possible through meditation, contemplation.
I see.
It is our only salvation.
Well, you give me food for thought, you have.
Anytime.
Much appreciated. At a difficult time.
You are welcome, monsieur.
So, anyway, this is my latest piece. What do you think?
It's very nice. Eagle? A two-headed eagle.
Result. Get in there, my son. Yes, it's a Russian Imperial Eagle for the boss. You spotted it straight off. I owe you one, lady. You have got that rare quality. Real insight.
No, please. You have a rare talent. We have important business with Mr. Medovsky.
I need a good reason to bother the boss with this. He's a busy man.
I understand, but I think he'll want to speak with us.
What makes what you have to say so important?
La Maledictio, a painting that belongs to him, has been stolen. If he wants his insurance claim processed quickly, then he'll want to speak with us. I think he might be annoyed if he finds out you never even told him we came around, right?
Okay, okay. Hang on, I'll phone him now. Yeah, Mr. Medovsky? Yeah, French bird. Yeah. Yes, boss. Right, I will do. You've piqued the boss's interest. That isn't always a good thing. The gate should be open. I'll take you inside. Follow me, please. Mr. Medovsky will be right with you, madame.
Well, we're in. Now what?
We'll make him think we're all set to pay out on the policy. See if we can get him to talk.
Welcome, welcome.
Good day, monsieur. My name is Nico Collard, and this is my assistant, Georges Tabar.
You are here to discuss La Maledictio, yes?
Correct.
I am surprised to see you. My agreement with the gallery specified that my ownership should be kept in the strictest confidence. It would appear that agreement has been broken.
A man has been killed, monsieur.
An agreement is an agreement.
A life has been lost and a painting stolen, monsieur. We need to ask you a few questions.
Bravely put, Miss Collard. So be it. I will cooperate however I can.
Did you know Henri, the gallery owner?
Oh, purely on a professional basis. My restorer recommended his gallery to me.
Did you ever meet him personally?
No, only via email. I rarely fly. I'm carbon neutral, you know.
Very conscientious, monsieur.
Well, the planet won't save itself.
Your restorer, how does he fit into all this?
Hobbs? Well, he did a little cleaning work on La Maledicción, that's all.
How did you come into possession of La Maledicción?
I purchased it at auction.
We have reason to believe that the theft was an inside job.
Oh, that is terrible. The staff at the gallery were so pleasant to deal with, but such is human nature. I trust this won't delay the insurance claim.
I'm sure matters will be sorted out soon. What connection do you have to Vera Security?
I've never heard of it.
There is strong evidence that ties you to Vera Security.
Oh, you are beginning to sound like a policeman, madame.
We are merely doing our jobs, monsieur. We must leave no stone unturned.
I would leave this particular stone unturned if I were you.
I'd rattled him, but I didn't want to push too hard. Of course. We will check our information again.
I would do that.
Do you have receipts for the painting?
Of course. I have already sent them to your office.
These things take time to process.
What is there to process? I own the painting, someone stole it, and your company provided me with insurance. I am the victim here.
A state you share with the deceased, monsieur.
I think that is enough for now. When do you expect the claim to be paid out?
It will not be long, monsieur.
When exactly? Surely you can give me a date.
Monsieur Medovsky, I'm sure you...
Please excuse the interruption, sir.
What is it, Shears?
Hobbs is here.
Tell him I'm busy.
He mentioned the portfolio, sir.
For pity's sake, can he not just follow simple instructions? Please excuse me for a moment.
The gardener's called Shears?
Yeah, probably not what his mother christened him.
What a creep.
Very clever creep at that. We got nothing on him, and he knows it.
He just brushed off the Vera connection. We need something else to get under his skin. I could use Marquez as leverage.
Yeah, it's just one man's word against another.
So what else can we do?
Let's take a look around. Maybe there's something here we can use against him.
Good idea, George. You search, I'll keep watch at the window.
Medovsky had left the cabinet open. On the shelf inside was a business card and a scribbled note. I picked up the business card. It read, Wilfred Hobbs, Fine Art Restoration. I made a note of the address. Then I put the card back where I'd found it. No point arousing Medovsky's suspicions. The note read, L. Serp Drawings for you to check. W.H. Now we're cooking with gas. I wondered if the painting could be in the portfolio that Medovsky had taken. The note read, L-SERP drawings for you to check. WH. See a penny, pick it up, then all day you'll have good luck. A Russian imperial egg. It looked rather plain. I suspected the medals weren't from the Moscow Debating Society. It was a thank you note from a British politician. Medovsky certainly had some dubious friends. Everything was in Cyrillic, except for a number. 1869. It seems Armadovsky has friends in low places.
It's like my boss said, the guy wants to be a player.
It was a Russian privatization voucher. I wondered why Medovsky displayed it so proudly. It was a Russian privatization voucher. Medovsky in Libya. Happy days. What kind of guy hangs a picture of himself and Colonel Gaddafi on the wall?
The kind who will commit murder in order to steal their own painting.
It was a beautifully inlaid cigarette box. The catch had snapped. The paperclip just flexed and slipped off the catch. By extraordinary good fortune, the coin I'd picked up was the perfect shape to flip open the broken catch. Fancy that. Romanovs. The same brand of cigarettes that were in the ashtray in Vera's security. Keys are always useful. Romanovs. The same brand of cigarettes that were in the ashtray in Vera's security. Can you hear what they're saying?
Yes.
You should not have turned up here, Mr. Hobbs. I made it clear I would deliver the package later today.
I wanted to make sure it got to me all right. I've got a lot of work to do on it.
This is most inconvenient.
Medovsky's arguing with his visitor, Hobbs, about the portfolio.
That portfolio is important, I'm sure of it. Russian novels. Medovsky was clearly a big Tolstoy fan. I should have guessed. Keyboard was Cyrillic. I tried to remember how that row of keys read on a U.S. keyboard. Medovsky had left the cabinet open. On the shelf inside was a business card and a scribbled note. It was locked. The study door's open now. Hear anything else interesting?
Hang on.
Listen, Hobbs, just take the portfolio and do your work. You are nervous, and I don't like that.
Understood. I have got a few questions, though.
I do not like questions either. Hurry up.
I noticed a couple of people arriving. Who were they? They look like coppers.
They were from the insurance company.
Has the...
Hobbs is going to head off with the portfolio. Whatever's in there is important. We need to stay with it.
I got Hobbs' address from his card. When we're done here, we should check it out.
Okay, Josh, but hurry. Medovsky will be back soon.
I'm gonna check out the study.
Okay.
Wow, there must be millions of dollars worth of art on these walls. The drawer was open. My heart skipped a beat. But inside, I saw only a candy bar wrapper. The desk was magnificent. The chair was fancy and probably more expensive than it looked. Filthy habit. Those two little holes were just waiting for me to put my fingers in them. I resisted the urge. Those two little holes were just waiting for me to put my fingers in them. I resisted the urge. The painting reminded me of my Aunt Maud. I'd never liked her. These paintings would have kept a critic enraptured for hours, but I didn't have time to dwell. The drawer was open. My heart skipped a beat. But inside, I saw only a candy bar wrapper. I should have guessed. Keyboard was Cyrillic. I didn't know the symbols. If I'd been able to remember the layout of a U.S. keyboard, I might have been able to figure it out. A secret drawer popped open. I knew that publication date would be significant. At last, I was going to discover Medovsky's secrets. It certainly wasn't Medovsky's sock drawer. Hey, Nico! Come see this! I think we've struck gold.
Hang on, I'm coming.
Look, a letter from a guy called Gainan. His company, Wolfram, want to purchase La Maledizio. They're offering way over the asking price.
Anything connecting Medovsky to Vera?
Well, let's see. Here we go. A lease for Vera's security.
Aha! Then we have the proof we need.
Hang on, what's this? Expenses for a Mr. Shears. Waterloo Motors, one helmet. These are from Paris. Madame La Trex. Hotel Britannique. Pizza. Nico. Pizza. I think your friend Shears might just be Henri's killer.
Georges, what have we got ourselves into? I just heard the front door close. Mordovsky's coming. Put everything back in order, quick!
Right. He'll never suspect we just ransacked his house for evidence.
Georges, the coin!
Damn, no time. Look cool, Nico. I'll handle this.
I apologize for the lengthy wait. As you can imagine, my time is at a premium.
That's fine, Mr. Medovsky. I think we're almost finished anyway.
And payment?
Very soon, monsieur. Very soon.
Is there anything else I can assist you with?
So this Hobbs guy, good friend of yours, is he?
No, we simply have a business arrangement. We've been through this already.
You must be upset at the theft of La Malediccio.
Yes, and disappointed that someone would kill for such a minor piece.
Nice collection of medals you have there, Mr. Medovsky.
I earned them serving my country.
Anywhere interesting?
Chechnya. Ever been there?
No, can't say I've had the pleasure. Is that a first edition of War and Peace?
Of course. Printed in 1869. A great year for my country's literature. And Tolstoy is the master.
Is that a picture of you with Colonel Gaddafi?
A deeply wonderful man. He was a great fan of the Impressionists.
Well, he certainly left quite an impression on Libya. So, what brought you into the art business, Mr. Medovsky?
Oh, an eye for great artists, an appreciation of fine culture, and a love of what you Americans call the greenback. Now, please, if you're quite finished, I'm a busy man.
Thank you for your time, Monsieur Medovsky. We'll be in touch soon.
Well, no prizes for guessing where we go now.
Hobbs' place, right?
Got it in one. Medovsky's pretty shady, don't you think?
He bought our act, though. You make a pretty good insurance man, Georges.
Yeah, who'd have thought it?
By the time he realizes we're not assessing his claim, we'll have cracked the case and be toasting our success.
Here's hoping. Looks like rain.
Come on, let's get that cab. Taxi!
I think we just stepped off the London tourist trail.
I guess this Hobbs character doesn't like visitors.
Not the kind of place you'd expect to find a restorer of old masters.
Unless you didn't want to attract attention.
He's attracted ours. Let's see what Mr. Hobbs knows about La Malediccio.
And let's try and get a look inside that portfolio.
The door was locked. Looking through the window, I could see that there was nothing in the van. Hobbs must have taken the portfolio inside. Slasher. I decided to leave the handbrake alone. Piles of junk, mostly boxes of old paints and scraps of picture frames. Mixed in were wires, cardboard, and some dubious-looking old clothes. George Stobart.
Ah, Monsieur Stobart. I trust you have obeyed my instructions not to leave Paris.
Of course, Inspector.
Good. You clearly know which side your cookie is buttered. Now, I require your presence tomorrow at the murder scene for a reconstruction.
I see.
12 o'clock sharp, monsieur. Or, as you would say, high noon.
Sure.
Any failure to comply, and I shall have you extraordinarily rendered. Have a nice day now.
And you. That was Nave. We're required back at the gallery tomorrow for a crime scene reconstruction.
Let me guess. Non-attendance is a criminal offense?
You got it. Not a sound. The horn wasn't working. I'd need the keys to start the engine. I had no reason nor any desire to steal Hobbs's van. The large dumpster was full of garbage. It was Hobbs's mailbox. There was a note hanging out. For a second, I debated the morality of mail snooping. It was a short debate, and I won. Nope, I needed to try something else. I decided to open the letter. Dear Mr. Hobbs, due to previous incidents, we are writing to inform you that we will no longer be sending models to your address. It went on to discuss Hobbs's temper and other alleged infractions, some of which still carry the death sentence in certain less sophisticated cultures. Interesting. This could come in useful. The letter advised Mr. Hobbs that no more models would be sent to his address. I don't think there's anyone home.
There's a light on upstairs.
There was definitely someone home. That wasn't worth trying. I'd pounded that door until my hand hurt. We were going to have to find another way to attract Hobbs's attention. If only I'd hung out with the cool kids at school, I'd have learned how to hotwire a truck. If only I'd hung out with the cool kids at school, I'd have learned how to hotwire a truck. The horn wasn't working. The hood was definitely stuck. I tapped the nail clippers on the hood. Nothing happened. I popped open the van's hood. The engine was held together by rust and dirt. Everything was covered in a sticky film of dirty black oil. Half the wiring wasn't connected to anything. It was clear why the horn hadn't made a noise. Neither hornpipe was connected to either the battery or the cab. A bundle of wires came into the engine bay from the dashboard. Many of the wires seemed to lead nowhere. It was the van's engine. I didn't really have any reason to sabotage it. A bundle of short, severed wires was connected to the battery. None of the wires were connected to anything. I had found just what I needed. 2 lengths of wire. The engine bay was a mess. I connected the wires from the cab to the horn. I connected the wires from the cab to the horn. There was already a wire connected to that terminal. That wouldn't work. The horn wasn't working. A loose wire hung from the right-hand horn. A pile of paint, wire, and other junk. There was nothing else of interest in the junk. That wasn't worth trying. I snipped the wire in half. I connected the wires from the cab to the horn. The wire was just long enough to connect the battery to the horn. Everything was wired up. The horn had power. I figured that should get Hobbs' attention.
All right, hold your blooming horses. What are you up to with my van?
Hello there. We fixed your horn.
So I hear. Now what are you doing in my yard?
Hello there. We'd like to discuss some restoration work with you.
Then make an appointment. I'm busy.
Well, that could have gone better.
He's not exactly the friendliest of characters.
I decided to give it another blast.
For crying out loud, will you leave my van alone?
Sorry, just need a quick word, Mr. Hobbs. Afternoon, Mr. Hobbs. We're from the model agency.
About blooming time. I'm on a deadline. You better come up.
The letter advised Mr. Hobbs that no more models would be sent to his address.
About time you two showed up.
Hello, Mr. Hobbs. I was just wondering if...
Can it, Goldilocks? I don't have time for chit-chat. Just get undressed behind that screen.
Undressed?
That was the deal. An extra 20 quid because I need you with your kit off.
The studio was freezing.
And as for you, darling, no need to get undressed. I've got a vivid imagination, so I'll just use that. Either way, just go sit over there on that rug and give me your best belly-pock floozy. That's perfect. Just hold it there.
Nico made for a good distraction. I just needed to figure out how to get a look inside that portfolio.
Hi, what do you think you're doing?
Oh, sorry. I was just going to take a look at some of your pictures. You're very good.
I know, and that portfolio is private. I'm not paying you to gawp around my studio. Get your blooming clothes off!
Sorry. A variety of liquor bottles, all empty.
Hey! Leave that dial alone. The heating gobbles up all the power and the circuits can't take it.
Sorry. I turned the thermostat down again. I didn't need to sit. It was time for action. I wasn't going to mess around with that wiring. Wow, an old Bofson Wang stereo. I hadn't seen one of those for years. The record had stopped. It was Jasmine Breeze by the Hairy Lobsters. Hobbs seemed to have a thing for 70s psychedelic jams. Burroughs, Dick, Rand. Hobbs liked his literature heavy and paranoid. I turned the volume up a few notches.
My, if it isn't George Stobart.
Lady Piermont. Oh, my. You're...
Naked? Of course. As an artist's muse, one often finds oneself en pelotas. Now, George, don't be shy. Come here and give me a big hug.
That day was the day the nightmares had begun. Trapped, smothered, choking on love.
George, darling, pass me my robe. It's terribly cold in here.
Oi, what are you doing with a blooming robe on? God help me, but you're supposed to be naked. I've got a deadline to meet.
Well, you won't be meeting any deadlines with manners like that. And besides, it's freezing in here.
Lady Piermont and I had met before. She was larger than life, in every way. Wary of any more life-changing surprises, I decided against exploring behind the screen.
Hey, I'm still drinking that.
How about a top-up, Mr. Hobbs?
Not if I do. Hey, stop meddling with that. The power's ropey enough as it is.
Blowing the power would certainly have distracted Hobbs, but the elevator alone wasn't going to trip the whole system. It was locked. I wondered what was behind the door. That wouldn't work. I had no need to walk out onto the balcony. Lady Piermont.
Oh, George, be a darling and sort the heating out in here.
I'll see what I can do. I didn't need to sit. It was time for action. I wasn't going to mess around with that wiring.
Hey! I've told you, don't mess with that thermostat.
Sorry, but Lady Piermont is cold. I thought...
Look, pal, I know it's brass monkeys in here, but the wiring in this building is ancient, and the fuse box won't take it. Her Majesty will just have to get used to chapel hat pegs.
Lady Piermont, Mr. Hobbs won't let me turn up the heating.
Well, we'll soon see about that.
Oh, crumbs.
If you do not adjust the heating, I shall refuse to cooperate.
Lady Piermont, it's the circuits. They won't take the strain. You know what old buildings are like.
In which case, I see no reason for this session to continue.
Whoa, Lady Piermont, let's not be too hasty. I'm sure I can accommodate your needs.
Good. Perhaps you can start by letting George here turn up the heating.
Oh, go ahead then, but be careful. The power in here is temperamental.
I turned the thermostat up as far as it would go. I wondered if the suspicious wiring could be used to my advantage.
A word, if I may, Lady Piermont.
For you, George, I'm all ears. How can I help?
How did you come to be working with Mr. Hobbs?
Wheresoever a Bohemian needs a helping hand, George, mine is always at the ready. And what better way to help than to expose one's flesh to the sensuous brushstrokes of such a talent?
Do you know anything about a stolen painting called La Malediccio?
Oh, is this another of your adventures, George? How delicious. My heart's a tremor, George. Do you think Wilf is mixed up with this?
Maybe, but I need you to act normally until we're sure.
Mum's the word, Georgie.
Can you keep a secret, Lady Piermont?
I am the very soul of discretion, as you know.
You see that portfolio by Hobbs' table? We need to take a peek inside.
Be still, my beating heart. Just give me the nod and I'm putty in your hands.
So what have you been up to since our last encounter, Lady Piermont?
Charity work, dear boy.
Oh, any particular kind?
Young men, George. So many have lost their way. I try to guide them best I can.
Lady Piermont, we need your help.
How thrilling! What do you need? Subterfuge? Leisure domain?
Actually, I just need you to step onto that lift behind you.
Oh, but of course. Is this good, George darling?
Perfect. Now, just stay right there. Now was my chance.
Well, it wasn't a Malediccio, but it did appear to be a study for an element of the painting, the Ouroboros. There was something different about the image in the center. I figured the sketch might come in handy, so I took it.
What the heck are you doing with those? They're private papers.
Huh?
Well, that was fun. Just like when you were a private dick, George.
So, you're not models?
No, Mr. Hobbs.
Well, you can't be a copper. You're not stupid enough. So what the blazes are you doing in my studio?
We're investigating the theft of a painting, La Malediccio, by the Spanish artist El Serp. One of these sketches is a study of that painting.
Well, sure, but what's that got to do with that? I'm a restorer, and I restored it. I've got naught to do with what happened after that painting left this studio. How was I to know it was going to get Henri killed?
Hang on a second. How do you know Henri's dead?
Look, he and I went back a long way. Le Lézard Bleu was on the ropes, so I got the painting into his exhibition. Nothing like this was supposed to happen.
But something did happen, Hobbs. Your friend lost his life.
Look, I'll help you however I can, but this mess is way above my pay grade. What do you want to know?
How come you needed to make so many sketches of the painting to restore it?
Restoration's not about throwing a load of paint around. It takes research. The Surf is a complicated painting. A lot of subtext, a lot of symbols.
Why would anyone want to steal La Malediccio? It's not exactly a famous painting.
True, but there is something special about it that's hard to describe. There's conviction in every brushstroke. Whoever El-Surp was, he had a tale to tell. The symbolism is deeply religious.
Tell me about the symbols in La Malediccio.
Very Christian, deeply religious, but not exactly orthodox.
The sort of thing that would upset a priest? There was one at the gallery telling everyone how evil it was.
As I said, it's not exactly orthodox, and the church can be very touchy about orthodoxy. Especially now they can't just burn anyone they disagree with.
We have reason to believe that Medovsky is mixed up in the theft of La Malediccio.
Eh? What would he gain from stealing his own painting?
We have strong evidence that Medovsky is not the real owner.
You'll have a hard time proving that. Medovsky has a full set of provenances for the painting. It traces its legitimate ownership all the way back to the painter.
Why didn't Medovsky mention it?
Because they're not with him. Henri's got them. Or had them.
And Henri is dead.
So ask his partner.
Lane?
Lane, yeah, Lane. Look, pal, you're wasting your time looking for conspiracies here. And you're wasting my time if you're not actually going to get naked. Go get the provenance from Lane, and everything will turn out hunky-dory.
But it also puts Marquez's story into question.
Not my problem, darling. Now both of you, get lost. I've got a painting to finish.
And we have a critic to interrogate.
Someone's lying, but who?
Is it the gangster or the old Spaniard?
The painter or the art critic?
I need to head back for Nave's reconstruction.
What about the evidence from Medovsky's house? Will you give it to Nave?
I think I should. And I can put the squeeze on Lane. Ask him about the provenance.
Good. I've got lunch with Ronnie tomorrow. This story is hotting up, and I want to make sure he keeps me on it.
Taxi? It was good to be back in Rue Jarry. The door was locked. I remembered Nico said she was having lunch with Ronnie.
Ah, a customer. Oh, it's you.
Fleur?
Come in, come in.
Last time I met Fleur, she was selling flowers from a street stall. Things had clearly gone very well for her since then. Hi, Fleur.
Georges, welcome. The young lady you're looking for is not at home.
How did you...
No, I have the gift.
Did Nico tell you I might be stopping by?
No, but I was expecting you nonetheless.
Fleur was the best and probably the only psychic florist in Paris. So, Fleur, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Georges. Though truth be told, my hip has been playing up again. And I have a funny feeling about the number 12.
But apart from that, nothing new?
No, that is all.
So, the young woman I'm looking for.
Nico lives next door.
Yeah, she's not in?
No, I believe she has gone out.
Did the tea leaves tell you that?
No, I saw her leaving a while ago.
Can you read my palm?
George, please. That is ridiculous. Give me a lock of your hair and a toenail clipping. Then we can talk.
I'll pass, thanks.
Suit yourself.
Bye for now.
Keep seeking the truth, George.
I decided against wandering into the back of Fleur's shop. It would have been a little rude. Here I was again at the crime scene. Inside the gallery, I could see lots of activity. Now they preparing for the reconstruction, no doubt. Nico and I had a good idea who the killer was. Now all we had to do was persuade Navet.
Sir, I already tried starting it up. I think it's broken.
Nonsense, Moo. This machine has the power of 10 investigators.
But investigators never fail to start up, sir.
Your pessimism is duly noted, Moo. But have faith. This machine will analyze the scene, compute the data, and deduce everything for us. The location of the second shooter will be a mystery no more. One moment.
A marvel indeed, sir. Though at the moment it is kaput.
Your pessimism has obviously infected the circuitry, Moo. Let me think for a moment.
If I could just...
Shh! Eh bien, Moo, now try realigning the laser matrix.
Sir, I have no idea what that is.
Move over, Moo. Now, let me see. Oscillating reverberator? Check. Refraction spectrometer? Check. Now, what can I do? Ah, Monsieur Stobart, it's only you. Glad you could finally make it.
Inspector, I've got some good news and some bad news.
Oh, yes? I shall be the judge of that.
I think I know who the killer is.
Really?
Yep, he's a gardener called Shears living in London.
Fascinating. And the good news?
We don't need to do your reconstruction.
You joke with me, Monsieur Stobart.
It's not a joke. This guy Shears was working for a Russian ex-mobster. It's all part of a highly complex fraud.
Gardeners, KGB, fraud. You are a fantasist, monsieur. And I have no time for fantasy. Reality is my suitcase, as you Americans say. Now, stand over there and keep out of trouble until the others arrive.
Well, who are we waiting for?
Mademoiselle Collard and Father Simeon. Please, I am very busy. Ah, Moo, a clever choice. But no cigar for you. Try the red.
Mon Dieu!
Lane.
Stobart.
I gather you're the man to ask about the provenance for the painting.
For La Malediccio? Well, you have been busy, haven't you, Stobart?
I'd like to see it.
So speak to Bijou. She took care of the business side of the gallery. The provenance is in the office safe. She has the key.
Lane was a pushover when you had him cornered. Though it looked like Bijou hadn't been completely honest with me after all.
I needed to pay her another visit. What's the deal with that device over there?
It's a farce. They've been trying to get it working for hours.
Looks like something out of a 50s sci-fi movie.
It probably is.
What do you think of Nave?
The man is a buffoon. I have better things to do than wait for these idiots to get their forensic whatnot to work. The only silver lining is that Nave seems more annoyed than I am.
What do you think of Moo?
Who?
The policeman with Nave.
I assume he's another idiot.
Why's that?
I believe one can tell a man by the company he keeps.
I'll bear that in mind, Mr. Lane. Okay, thanks.
Yes.
Sir, I think we are ready to fire her up.
Yes, Moo, I was just about to say the same thing. Do it. Moo, what have you done?
Pardon me, sir, but I believe it was you who said...
This is no time for blame. You have broken the machine.
Mon Dieu.
Monsieur Stobart, please remain within the main gallery.
Inspector Nave, may I ask you some questions?
You must wait, monsieur. I am extremely busy.
Sure, it can wait. Excuse me.
Please, monsieur, I'm a little busy.
Stupid. Monsieur Stobart, you will not leave until this is over. Understood?
But I just need to...
This is a reconstruction. You will remain here until I have concluded my investigations. Do I make myself clear?
Okay, clear.
I considered making a run for it, but forcing Moo to chase me would have been cruel. And it would have been silly to risk my investigation. Better to play along with Nave and get the reconstruction over as quickly as possible.
Inspector Nave. What seems to be the problem?
Monsieur Stobart, if Paris' finest cannot get this very expensive and very complex machine to work, then I doubt if an insurance salesman can...
I'm an insurance assessor, actually.
Oh, I see. Well, la-di-da to you, monsieur.
Oh, yeah? Well, la-di-da to you back.
Whatever. You are neither qualified nor clever enough to operate such an instrument.
Like us.
What was that, Moo?
I said, unlike us, sir.
Have you been a detective long?
Long enough, monsieur?
You've solved a lot of crimes, I guess.
More than you have had hot dinners?
Well, I've had a lot of hot dinners, Inspector.
Oh, yes? How many?
What?
Precisely how many hot dinners have you had, monsieur?
I don't know. Thousands?
You prove my point for me, monsieur. Precision and accuracy are everything.
You truly are a unique and amazing man, Inspector Nave.
Well, I'm glad you are impressed.
I was sure I could get the machine to work if I could just get Nave out of the way. It was better not to try to enter the office again. That was where La Malediccio used to hang. That was where La Malediccio used to hang. Challenging and experimental, like the 85K price tag. The label said it was painted in 1932. The gallery wanted 80 grand for it. The letter mentioned a guy called Medovsky as the owner of Vera Security. I had to hurry up and get out of there, not waste time discussing everything I ever picked up. I was going to talk about that, but then I remembered I had a lot to do. I had to hurry up and get out of there, not waste time discussing everything I ever picked up. I was going to talk about that, but then I remembered I had a lot to do. Can I ask you something else?
If you must.
Is Nave a good detective, do you think?
He's as good a detective as I am a dancer.
You light on your feet, Lane?
Do I look like I am?
What does it do?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Is there anything else you're not telling me, Mr. Lane?
Get lost.
Changed your opinion of Moo yet?
Who?
Moo.
Who?
Never mind. Okay, thanks.
Yes, yes.
The completion note from Vera Security. I had to hurry up and get out of there, not waste time discussing everything I ever picked up. Inspector Nave. It was pointless trying to get a closer look at the machine while Navet and Mu were tinkering with it. Inspector Navet. I know this sounds obvious, but are you sure it's plugged in?
Monsieur Stobart, do you really think I would be so stupid as to not check the fundamentals?
We all make mistakes.
What a ridiculous generalization, monsieur. Look, I can see from here it's... Ah.
Do you need assistance, sir?
Very funny, Mo. One moment.
That got rid of him. Now is my chance. I was going to have to figure that out quickly. Time to get the show on the road.
See, Mu? I knew I would get it working.
I'm not sure that you...
Precisely. You knew my superior intellect would win through in the end.
Yes, sir. Sir, I beg your pardon, but I think there is a teeny snag.
Go on.
We have no victim.
Good God, Mu. Are you suggesting I kill someone for the sake of this reenactment?
No, sir. Just saying we need a body, sir.
Ah, yes. I see. You'll make a detective yet, Mu. I, of course, foresaw this, and I nominate... you.
Me? Well, I'm not dead.
Have you ever acted, Monsieur Stobart?
Well, I don't like to blow my own trumpet, but I went down a storm playing the lead in Cat on a Felt-Tip Roof last summer.
Hmm. You played the cat?
No.
So, not the lead. Half-truths again, monsieur. Nevertheless, here is your chance to play a real lead role.
But he looks nothing like the victim, sir.
Oh, damn it, Mu. Must you find problems all the time? Let me think of a way to make this work.
Relying on Nave's problem-solving skills could mean a long, long wait. I had to find something to make me more like Henri. I'll have a look around. Maybe I'll find something.
Yes, you do that. Verisimilitude is the key, Stobart. Ah, you have arrived at last. Please, make yourselves comfortable. We are just making some last-minute adjustments.
Father Simeon, Nico.
Hi, George.
Welcome to the asylum.
Let me guess. Navet is overjoyed we've solved the case and he's putting us up for an award.
Not quite. I told him about Shears and Medovsky. He says it's fantasy.
But that's crazy.
Tell me about it.
So what do we do now?
Carry on anyway, and nail Medovsky.
What about Navet?
Ignore him.
And this charade?
The reconstruction? Well, sooner it starts, sooner it's over.
George, what on earth is that machine?
It's Nave's baby. Supposedly, it's going to analyze the crime scene and tell us what happened.
But we already know what happened.
Sure we do, but Nave doesn't.
Quiet, please! How can I concentrate with all this racket going on?
Lane was right. Nave was an idiot. Hello, Father.
Mr. Stobart, will this take long?
I'm not sure. Nave appears to be struggling with the machine.
I'll pray for some divine intervention then.
If you think that'll help.
The Lord is always listening, George.
I decided to leave the plug in the socket. The machine had been fixed, and I didn't want to stay longer than I had to. There was no point making small talk. Hello, Father.
Mr. Stobart, will this take long?
I'm not sure. Nave appears to be struggling with the machine.
I'll pray for some divine intervention then.
If you think that'll help.
The Lord is always listening, George.
I'd already fixed the machine. Brett, the fragrance that dare not speak its name. I needed a better idea. The best place to find Henri's things was in his office. It was a lava lamp. Was I for or against? Or just indifferent? The desk was covered with Henri's junk, and none of it was of any use. The poster was for the 1975 Stockholm Summer of Love Festival. Thankfully, there was no one around to see me do this. Very interesting. I wasn't going to open the safe without the key. I was fairly sure that even Henri wouldn't be silly enough to keep it hidden in the office. Empty bottles. It was a battered sofa. It was a hookah pipe. Those things gave me a headache. Some of the stuff must have been collecting dust since the 70s. There was certainly nothing of any use. The phone was vintage. Henri's notice board was covered with all kinds of junk. The window looked out on the street. Outside, it was quiet. On the head of the statue was a pair of Henri's glasses. Maybe, just maybe, the glasses would make me look like Henri. That wasn't worth trying. I've found Henri's glasses.
Stole or found? Never mind. That might just do it. Come on, everyone, into position. I want everyone to stand precisely where they were when the victim died.
This process is ridiculous.
God moves in mysterious ways, Father.
Indeed. And the devil makes work for idle hands, Mr. Stobart.
Shh! Stobart, you are supposed to be dead. Please be dead more quietly.
I tried to tell Navet the truth about his bloodstain.
Didn't he believe you? You're a man of God.
His faith is in science, Mr. Stobart, not God.
Monsieur Stubble.
Yes, Inspector?
You are fiddling.
I just wanted to show Father Simeon.
Well, don't. You are supposed to be dead. The dead do not move. They do not talk. And they certainly do not fiddle. So, please, stay in character. Important science is occurring.
Navet wasn't going to let me show the priest anything, but that wouldn't stop me talking to him. Father?
Yes, my son.
You keep talking about the Gnostics. Who are they?
They are a cult. A warped branch of Christianity that reveres Lucifer as equal to, or perhaps greater than, God.
I can see how that might trouble the Vatican.
The Vatican is the least of your worries. Please be quiet!
Do you think the machine will give the inspector some insight into Henri's murder?
He will find the answers he seeks, but he asks the wrong questions. This was no ordinary murder.
Last time we met, you said the stolen painting was evil.
Let me explain. I'm a Dominican, Mr. Stobart. The Dominican order was founded to seek out and destroy heresy.
Why?
Because heresy is evil.
Okay.
For 1,000 years we have fought against heresy. Indeed, our enemies gave us a nickname, the Hounds of God. Dominicanis, Dominican, you see?
Very clever.
Now this painting, the Benedictio, is without doubt heretical.
Whoa, hold on. How can a painting be heretical?
Because it is filled with Gnostic imagery. And Gnostics are heretics.
What kind of imagery?
Evil imagery. The Ouroboros, the snake eating its tail. Images of false saints, heretical saints.
So you think the painting itself is evil?
It trails murder in its wake, Mr. Stobart.
And murder is police work, monsieur. Silence, please, both of you.
The Ouroboros. What exactly is it?
It is a Gnostic symbol. It marks something that is hidden. There are trees illustrated within the Ouroboros. They symbolize knowledge. So the Ouroboros alludes to hidden knowledge. The painting must be destroyed to stop this knowledge being revealed.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That is the first set of results completed. Only 36 more to do. Please remain in position while we reset the machine. You may relax and talk amongst yourselves.
Who are these false saints?
Gnostic saints, not beatified by the Church. They question orthodoxy, lure the unwary down dark paths of forbidden knowledge, and condemn innocent souls to the fires of damnation.
You mean like a Black Sabbath album? Do you think Inspector Nave will ever figure this out?
I'm not sure, although I'm no expert.
Yeah, neither is he by the looks of it.
Vade retro satana.
What's the matter?
It is worse than I thought.
What is it? It's just a sketch.
Not just a sketch. The painting.
I wondered if it was something I'd said.
I have to get out of here. Now.
Father Simeon, I forbid you to leave. This is an official investigation.
Don't you understand? A great evil is upon us. The painting is evil. The heretical Gnostics in league with the devil himself.
The devil?
Don't you understand? The tabula veritatis, the tablet of truth. It is real.
Well, someone is upset. Pressing your witnesses a little too hard, Inspector Nave?
And you are? This is official police business?
Richard Langham, Interpol, serious art theft. We spoke on the phone, Inspector?
Ah, yes, sir. You didn't say you would be attending my crime scene.
What exactly is this machine, Inspector?
A little invention of mine, Monsieur Langham. It will compute whose blood this is on the floor, and...
Not to worry, Inspector. Perhaps you could move aside? I'm intrigued to see what you're up to.
Ah, of course. It is rather groundbreaking.
Pizza box. It looks like your suspect was a Hawaiian, Inspector.
A Hawaiian? Mon Dieu. Mo! Get on to the Hawaiian embassy straight away. There is a surf killer on the loose. Alert the airports and the surf shops.
Sorry, Inspector. I mean Hawaiian pizza. Your bloodstain is a pizza sauce.
Pizza? Mo! You fool! Forget the surf shops. Get on to the Italian embassy. This has mafia written all over it.
Nah, Inspector, if you don't mind, I'd like to speak to your witnesses. And in the meantime, perhaps you should try and get your priest back. Madame Collard, Mr. Stobart, I assume. Can I buy you chaps a coffee?
Langham sounded a little more on the ball. Maybe he'd bring a dose of common sense to the case.
So, Inspector Nave brought me up to speed and told me about you guys.
I can guess what he said. But what's your interest in the robbery?
I've been tracking a gang of art thieves for some time, and this looked like a good lead. But Nave is worse than useless. I was hoping you might be able to help.
We're flattered.
Just doing our jobs.
We all are, or at least trying to. So, maybe we can help each other. I gather you insured the exhibition.
That's right, and we're liable to lose a packet.
Any leads so far?
Maybe. There's a Russian guy called Madovsky who turns out to be the owner of the painting.
Madovsky?
You know him?
Oligarch, oil, art, aluminium. Ex-KGB. Very nasty. You need to be careful. Madovsky's dangerous. He kills anyone who gets in his way.
For a cop, Langham seemed okay. Trouble with doing deals with cops, there's usually a payback down the line. But I figured that'd be a price worth paying to bring down Madovsky. We found evidence that links Madovsky to the company that installed the security at the gallery.
Interesting.
And one of his men, a guy called Shears, was in Paris on the day of the robbery.
Really?
We also found a letter from someone called Gainan wanting to buy the painting from Madovsky.
Gainan? The name rings a bell? Did you find anything else about him?
No, we were in a hurry.
What about the priest?
Ah, the good Father Simeon. Well, something spooked him, that's for sure.
So I gather.
He kept saying La Maledizio was evil.
Perhaps he's right. It certainly caused evil, hasn't it? I'll take leads from anyone, Mr. Stobart, even a crazy priest. Let's keep in touch. Thank you for your help. Coffee's on me, or rather, on Interpol. Miss Collard, Mr. Stobart.
So, George, what do you think?
Interesting. He seems to be on top of things.
I agree.
You know, Nico, this could start getting dangerous.
You think Langham's right about Madovsky?
Well, he appears to be on the ball.
I thought he was cute.
He was English, Nico. They're all cute to you.
Hidden depths, too.
Oh, yeah? What about my hidden depths?
You showed me those long ago, Georges. Well, I'm off home to write up the story so far. You?
I need to pay Bijou another visit. She's not been completely honest with me. Bijou had told me she didn't have anything to do with the business. But Lane said the opposite. One of them was lying. The door was locked.
Yes?
Bijou, it's George again. The air was heavy with incense and alcohol. Reminded me of the old alma mater. What happened?
Josh, please help me. I'm lost.
There was a smashed record on the floor.
Oh, help me. You must help me.
What's wrong, Bijou?
I can't play our song. I've lost Henri and now our song.
You mean the record? How did it happen?
I stumbled and trod on it by mistake.
What song was it, Bijou?
I'm lost without it. Lost.
The name of the song, Bijou.
Jasmine. It was our song.
I'll see what I can do. Who sang the song?
My darling Henri, of course. You got to #2 in the Swedish charts. I was so proud. Get me another one, Georges. Oh, please tell me you will.
I guess I can try.
Oh, you're a darling.
I felt terrible. I was anything but a darling. All I was really after was the key to the safe. Lane tells me you've got the provenance, that you did all the paperwork for the gallery.
Oh, dear. My head is going round and round and round.
Bijou, I need to know.
All the papers are in the safe. In the gallery office. Stop asking all these questions.
Bijou, where's the key to the safe?
Henri? You're not Henri. I'm keeping the key just like Henri asked.
Could I borrow that key, please?
Oh, I need my tune. Nothing else matters.
I couldn't get any sense out of her in that state. I had to find a way to get the safe key.
Please help me.
There was no record on the turntable. There was no reaction from Bijou. Eine kleine Nachtmusik was clearly not what she wanted to hear. Bijou's favorite record was smashed beyond repair. There was no way it could be fixed. Stealing a flower from a corpse. How low had I sunk? The small stuffed dog had pride of place on the table. Its little face reminded me of Henri. Its coat even matched his hair. Some dogs really do look like their owners. Look at this lovely white flower.
Oh, Henri, what will I do without you?
That wouldn't work. The subject stared casually out at the world. The joss sticks had finally burned down, but the air was still thick with incense. I arrived back at the shopping arcade.
Hey, Bassam, how's business?
Good to see you, George. Gotta say, the new branding's hitting the demographic right between the eyes.
Sold anything?
This is a soft market, George. Look to the margins. Look to the margins.
Any other bargains?
Got a batch of phone covers.
Let me guess. Rhinestones?
Got it in one.
Thank you. I had a closer look at Bassam's stock.
Check it out, George. I've had quite a stock update, and I've got to say the metrics on some of this stuff is startling. George, what can I do for you?
Thank you. They looked interesting. A stack of those cards that play music when you open them. They looked interesting. A stack of those cards that play music when you open them.
George, what can I do for you?
Does one of your cards play the song Jasmine?
Sounds familiar. Let me check the database. I think that's by the Hairy Lobsters.
Bassam certainly knew his stock.
Aha! Here it is.
How much?
It's yours, if you mention my shop to 3 other people.
Done. Thanks.
Thank you.
Bijou, it's George again. How about this card? It plays the tune.
Our song! Oh, how wonderful! Dance with me, Henri.
Bijou?
Henri? Oh, you're not Henri.
Is that better?
Yes, but where is Henri? I want to dance with Henri.
About the provenance.
No talking, sweetie. Just dancing.
She only wanted Henri. Short of a seance, what could I do?
Oh, Henri, just dance with me.
I sprayed some of Henri's Brett in the air.
Oh, Henri, how will I manage without you?
That wouldn't have worked. Look at this lovely white flower.
Oh, Henri, what will I do without you?
I found myself at Bijou's well-equipped dressing table. That would be pointless. A picture of Henri had pride of place. I once painted my toenails with my mother's varnish. Still not sure why that made her cry so much. I wondered if red was my color. I grabbed a strip. Prepare for wax. Hairbrush. I prefer a comb myself. Lots of cotton buds. Always handy for oiling machinery. I decided to clean my face and start again. I needed more facial hair, not less. I didn't want it on my eyes, but perhaps a slight dusting. My hair was now the same color as Henri's. Time to bring Henri back to life. Henri had more facial hair than me. I needed a brown goatee. Hairbrush. I prefer a comb myself. I looked nothing like Henri.
Looking good, but not quite there yet.
Henri had more facial hair than me. I needed a brown goatee.
It was working, but I needed something else.
Henri had more facial hair than me. I needed a brown goatee.
My hair was already covered in this stuff. I daubed some rouge on my cheeks.
How about a little blue? Bijou used a pungent, flowery scent. I didn't want it on me. Henri and I had a similar build, but how could I disguise my classic Stobart good looks? For starters, I needed to flower power my outfit. I looked nothing like Henri.
Getting there, but I needed a little more.
Henri had more facial hair than me. I needed a brown goatee. The small stuffed dog had pride of place on the table. Its little face reminded me of Henri. Its coat even matched his hair. Some dogs really do look like their owners.
Sorry, little fella. I'll see you in Rio. Looking good, but not quite there yet.
Henri had more facial hair than me. I needed a brown goatee. With my mouth firmly closed, I added the wax strip to my upper lip. Instant goatee.
Getting there, but I needed a little more.
It was hard to see the color of Henri's eyes behind the glasses.
That wouldn't work.
My eyes definitely needed some work.
My hair was already covered in this stuff.
I added Henri's glasses. I looked more and more like a gallery owner.
Looking good, but not quite there yet.
I needed to flower power my outfit. Lots of cotton buds, always handy for oiling machinery. Nail varnish, best avoided.
I was already red-lipped. That wouldn't have worked.
I looked nothing like Henri.
Getting there, but I needed a little more.
Henri had more facial hair than me. I needed a brown goat. Instant goat.
It was working.
It was hard to... I added Henri's glasses. I looked more and more.
Getting there.
I needed...
That wouldn't make any sense.
I added Henri's flower to my buttonhole. The jasmine definitely gave me that perfect hippie vibe.
It was working, but I needed something else.
I had the outfit. I added Henri's Brett to my disguise. Made my eyes water. There. As I looked into the mirror, I saw Henri looking back at me.
Henri, there you are, you naughty boy. Dance with me, my little roll mop. I've missed you.
With pleasure, Cherie.
Oh, Henri, isn't this wonderful? Just like old times.
She got my head in a spin. Listen, babe,
Bijou, darling, I need the safe key. Do you have it?
Of course. Didn't I promise? Here it is, sweetie.
you in. She's so cool, pure adrenaline.
Better let her sleep. I had the key. And besides, I wanted to get my hands on that letter of provenance. I was surprised to see Father Simeon at the cafe.
George, a moment, if you please.
Is everything all right, Father?
No, my son. Not at all. Great evil is upon us. That sketch you showed me in the gallery, the study from La Maledictio, it showed an image hidden inside the Ouroboros. A dangerous image.
Dangerous?
The symbol represents a heresy, an object that the Gnostics call the Tabula Veritatis.
The Tablet of Truth?
It is a tablet of lies, a tool of Lucifer.
Tell me more about this Tabula Veritatis.
It is an artifact capable of undoing the whole of creation. It was smuggled out of the Holy Land millennia ago and brought to Europe by the Cathars, an evil Gnostic cult. In 1209, the Church launched a glorious crusade in the Cathar heartlands of southern France. We wiped out almost all the Cathars, and with them, the evil that is Gnosticism. My order, the Dominicans, were formed at that time to seek out and eradicate any remaining Gnostics. But we failed in our primary objective. We did not find the Tabula Veritatis. We presumed it lost, but the painting suggests it is still in Gnostic hands.
How is La Maledictio connected to all this?
I believe it contains clues that point to the location of the tablet. clues constructed for a Gnostic to solve. If someone were to decrypt the painting and find the Tabula Veritatis, who knows what evil would be unleashed upon the world?
So, you're suggesting that this image of the Tabula Veritatis is hidden in the Ouroboros on the painting?
It is obvious now. The Ouroboros is a symbol of the Gnostics, and the tree it contained symbolized knowledge, hidden Gnostic knowledge.
Were the Cathars all killed?
All that came forward to fight, but like a weed, their roots were deep. We did not fully destroy their evil.
I still don't get why the Gnostics are so evil.
They see God as simply the creator of the physical world, and revere Lucifer as the lord of the spiritual realm.
Wow. What's so terrible about this tablet? What does it do?
Like Lucifer himself, the Gnostics could be anywhere. We must talk somewhere more private.
Thank you, Father. That was some story.
Be careful. Guard this knowledge. There are those who would do anything to find the tabula.
Please excuse me. I have to get back to the gallery.
I will remain here and follow you when no one is looking. I have more I must tell you.
I had to get into the gallery and find the provenance, but I was really looking forward to hearing what else Father Simeon had to tell me. The door was locked. That was never going to happen. The office looked quiet. The gallery looked totally empty. Time to look in the safe. I opened the compartment again. I needed to take a closer look. The ring had an inscription, Henri and Bijou forever. Huh. Henri had bought Bijou a big diamond ring. I had a feeling the ring would be useful. A note was attached to the front of a document wallet. It read, Chérie, this should do the trick. Your darling Wilfie. Now, why would Hobbs be sending romantic little notes to Bijou? That had to be the elusive provenance. It clearly stated that Medovsky was the owner, but I'd learned never to take things at face value. I had to take a closer look at this. At first glance, the provenance looked authentic, but something wasn't right. A list of previous owners all the way back to the 30s. A letterhead from a fancy London auction house and Lane's signature. It certainly looked the part. A list of previous owners all the way back to the 30s. A letterhead from a fancy London auction house and Lane's signature. It certainly looked the part. A list of previous owners all the way back to the 30s. A letterhead from a fancy London auction house and Lane's signature. It certainly looked the part. The sketch was drawn on similar paper to the provenance. The coffee cup stains matched exactly, as did the tear. The provenance must have been created by Hobbs. It was a fake, which meant Medovsky wasn't the true owner. I had to get out there and find out what happened. It was an old piece of paper with a slightly torn edge. Simeon said that symbol on the face represented something called the tabula veritatis. Whatever had caused the noise in the gallery couldn't be seen on the camera. The glass was reinforced for sure. I wouldn't be able to smash it, and it wasn't going to open. But there had to be a way of getting through it. The diamond ring was just what I needed to cut through the glass. Hi.
Monsieur?
Did you just notice anything strange?
Nothing. I went inside after the priest left. I thought I heard a gunshot, but when I came out there was nobody here. Nobody. Until you arrived.
So you don't know what just happened?
What happened, happened, monsieur, whether I know it or not.
Father?
No sticks. You must stop them.
Who did this, Simeon?
Don't let them. For tablet. We are going to raise the devil. Lucifer himself.
Those were his last words. First Henri, now Simeon. Who was behind this? And what was Simeon trying to tell me? Simeon had been carrying a scan of an old manuscript with a covering note. Both were written in Latin. It was a photocopy of an old Latin text. Although a bit rusty, my Latin was still up to the job. It read, "And thus spoke the accused. In this ritual we find succor. Clad in blue, the perfecti take the form of the spiritual and look towards the rising sun, toward the tree of knowledge. Clad in green, the credentes look the other way, towards the setting sun, where stands the tree of life. And all shall know that the light of knowledge is blue, and that the light of life is green. For thus was the light of Eden, both blue and green, intertwined with the light of man to become pure. Pure light, white light, pure light will win." So it was written in the old texts, affirmed by the Tabula Veritatis. And these were the accused's last words. It was powerful stuff. I wondered how it connected to La Maledictio.
My God, what have you done?
Huh? I know this looks like
you've been caught red-handed?
Excuse me.
Josh, something terrible has happened at the apartment.
Nico, hang on. Lane, it's not what it looks like.
Murdering a priest, Stobart? Is there no end to your depravity?
It's a simple misunderstanding. Look, I need to go. I'll be at Nico's apartment. Nico!
In here. Oh, hi, Georges.
I thought you were being attacked.
When I arrived, there was someone here. He rushed me, knocked me down.
Did you get a look at him?
No, it happened so quick, and then he was gone.
What a mess. This blood. Where's Marquez?
I don't know. He must be badly hurt. Or dead.
Not another killing.
What do you mean?
I just came from the gallery. Father Simeon's been shot.
My God! Who did it?
I don't know. But before he died, he begged me to stop the Gnostics from raising the devil.
The devil? Whoever's doing the killing, Georges, it's certainly not him.
Okay, but who? Simeon and Marquez were both attacked at the same time. Just what are we up against?
I don't know. But whoever came here was looking for something. The place has been ransacked. I'm going to clean up. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay, I'll take a look around.